Hey, so here we are. This is issue number 2. So we're kind of getting things gathered together a little bit here. Our focus is on the Common Core standards in this issue. And this is really an excellent topic and extremely timely for right now because of what's going on in the Washington legislature. As you know, the governor told us last week the economic forecast is even worse than we thought before. So we got no money. I thought long ago that the Core 24, Common Core standards, they weren't going to happen because we can't afford them and they're poor ideas to begin with. But nope, administrators always have money for more administration. Maybe not much for the classroom, but plenty of money for more administration. So if you check it out, there are a huge number of people that say, oh yes, adopt the Common Core standards. The only difficulty is there's no reason to do that, and there could not possibly be an evidence-based decision to make an argument for them. The first Common Core assessment will not be until the spring of 2015. So why would you be buying this 4 years ahead of time when you don't even know what you're buying? It makes great sense to delay this for at least 2 years. Basically, Washington school districts will have to come up with over $160 million over the next 5 years to fund the Common Core standards adoption. And that's not going to do anything for kids in the classroom. So this is just a horrible idea. If we go back and take a look, I started teaching in 1968, so that's 43 years ago. And I noticed during that time frame that we had these kind of 3 to 5 year cycles of things that you ought to do. And it just sort of mystified me as to why these kept changing every 3 to 5 years. Oh, you need to do this. Until I finally figured out that the dog and pony show experts and the consultants and all these people, they'd have nothing to do if we didn't change things every 3 to 5 years. So once I came to that realization that this had nothing to do with improving things for kids, I pretty much just went about teaching kids and ignoring them. Unfortunately, now we have the situation where we can't ignore them anymore because the administrators are pushing the teachers around. And so we really have to look at how can we get this system under control. And the way we're going to get it under control is by getting principals to have more authority to determine what goes on in their schools. And that means they need to have more resources for what goes on in their schools. So we need to start taking the vast amount of power and resources away from the federal government, the state government, etc., and getting it into principals' hands to improve education. Anyway, I think the Washington State Math Standards are great, etc. And they're not great, but they're better than the Common Core standards. And we need to keep things on a local level so we can improve things locally rather than just turn it all over to the experts. How's that been working for us? Not well. So anyway, that's what this issue is about, and I hope you learned something. By the way, there were 2 editors of The Economist some years ago that put out a book called The Witch Doctors. And the Witch Doctors said that the management gurus who tell us how to do all this stuff, when businesses adopt what they say to do, there is never enough evidence to confirm that stuff actually works. And so businesses go off using this stuff, and eventually it either works or most likely it doesn't work, and so they abandon doing it because it doesn't work. However, in education and in government, you don't have to abandon stuff when it doesn't work because you're not going to go out of business. And so we see a lot of nonsense that just kind of persists forever. And there's also a bit of that pointed out in this issue too, like the white-black achievement gap in math. That's just really bizarre what happened there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the issue, and drop me a line. Bye.